Earnings continue, ladies and gentlemen. It was just another Newsbeat day. There was a bank robbery. Did you hear about it? Our earnings analysis, our game plan and Forex, as well as our full stock analysis. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. Earnings analyst continues, as we do have a plethora, believe it or not, of companies that are still reporting. Most people feel the earnings season is over, when the further thing couldn't be from the truth. We have a lot of earnings names, and lo and behold, a phenomenally interesting day for the day after Memorial Day. As every trader knows, the day after Memorial Day usually sucks for intraday traders. You're usually doing nothing. People are getting chopped around. It felt like a Monday, even though it was a Tuesday. It was everybody's first day back. People are stumbling into the office from alcohol poisoning or food comas or all of the above, and their heads are a little groggy and they're just sitting at their desk just waiting to see what happens during the week. And the market, believe it or not, gave us some decent opportunities here. So we're going to talk about just another Newsbeat day. And I didn't take any real screenshots here or anything. I just wanted to just speak from basically the heart here. I kept things very easy. So remember, all these trades that I'm about to show you happen in real time. Here's Micron on the daily. I basically said, hey guys, Micron looks like it's going to break through 62.10. And I said that as the stock was in the 61.70 range, then it went to 61.80s, then it went to 61.90 right here on this 5-minute pop. And in real time, I basically said, hey guys, I'm buying Micron right over here to break 62.10 for a quick scalp. The stock clicked, the stock broke through. I threw away my calls, made some just a quick chop in the market. Quick, I made like a couple grand today doing pretty much nothing. So that was the first call that we gave this morning. The next call was UAL, and you look at UAL, and I'm showing you here's the daily. We called along today in UAL, and the first thing you might be thinking on this red bar is, well, how much money did you lose? And the truth is nothing, because we actually nailed a phenomenal intraday bottom and capitalized off of it. So UAL was falling here, falling, falling. And I basically said when the stock was over here at $70.20, after it fell, I said, guys, if the stock breaks $70, I'm going to buy UAL. Very simple. So I'm telling you, I'm not only telling you what I'm doing in real time, I'm actually prepping you for what I plan on doing before I actually do it. Let the stock do its thing and then actually execute it and tell you guys where I'm in real time. The stock flushed under $70 here, hit a low as you could see on top at 69.92. Ignore all the pretty colors, just focus on the candlesticks, and then the stock went to $70.83. Now, I was selling out a lot at I sold the majority at 70.60. I did not catch the move to 70.83, and it was a painless trade. Again, all my trades are painless. You enter with me, you're up money. You enter with me, you're up money. That is the goal. I mean, no, that doesn't happen 100% of the time, but that is the goal of every single one of my trades. Next, we had the market popping up today. So I basically said, guys, if here's the triple Qs on the 5-minute, you could see it pulled in and it started popping up. Again, ignore my moving average, ignore my pivot points, just look at the candlesticks. Everyone's charts look differently. And the market's going up, green bar on the 5, green bar, green bar, green bar, green bar, green bar. And I said, guys, if we break through 76 cents, the Qs is a short. I called it in real time, and got to join the exclusive Newsbeat Live Pool Club membership run by some of the members in our room. They allow you to take a dip in the pool if you make good Q calls, and I was very honored and humbled to be part of that. All kidding aside, the Qs shot through 169.76 where I said it would top out. shot up to 169.92. When the Qs were hit like 169.80, I basically shorted. Now I didn't go ahead and buy triple Qs puts, which would have been near basically the top of the market, in which I called in real time. I bought Apple puts. So right over here by 10:10 a.m., I bought Apple puts, and you could see Apple did a crapple, and it went from 188.75 down to 187.83. It dropped a full point. I didn't catch the full point. I did decent here on some puts, just very light trade for me, and I capitalized to the short side. Those are the three intraday trades I did in real time. Not only that, I set you guys up for it. I'm not talking to you guys in the room. I know you guys know that already. I'm talking more to our Facebook and YouTube listeners, just to see how easy it is to piggyback off some of these situations. I don't come out of left field and say something. Maybe 0.01% of my trades are like that because it's a breaking news play. But instead, we talk about it, we discuss, and we execute it in real time. So right there in the morning, I'm 3 for 3. That was just another Newsbeat day for us. The market put in a plus sign, which is a doji. It looks like a plus sign, which means the bulls or bears, really, none of them really won the battle here today. The market basically grinded. And if you were willing to enter a position, be up money, sell your position to take profit, you did very well today. With that being said, there was a bank robbery today, and the victims were U.S. banks. So you could see names like J.P. Morgan here crashing down, Citigroup crashing down, Goldman Sachs crashing down, Bank of America, you name it. I'm not pulling up one of them as an example. All the banks got destroyed today based on Italy, and I think this presents a buying opportunity. So basically, what happened to these banks is they got beaten up for news that happened overseas. Now, a lot of people are making the argument, a lot of the macro guys are making the argument to me that, hey, Mark, these banks have exposure to Italy. These banks, because, with what's happening in Italy right now, to sum it up in a nutshell, there's a huge headache going on for Italy. There's a lot of drama going on in Italy, and it's boding negatively for the banks. That's in a nutshell what's happening. So these are American banks. I completely understand that what happens overseas can affect banks with exposure overseas. However, I think it's a little bit of an overreaction. And this is my reason why. Like, you take a look at Bank of America here, it's not exactly at all-time highs. It's not exactly at year highs. I mean, back in March, the stock was $33, hit a low of 28.70 today. I actually wanted to see if it would get to 28.50. So as an overnight trade, I took a bullish call spread in JP Morgan. I basically said JP Morgan was long, and I bought it basically right by the close here. And I also took Citigroup as a long because these stocks were hitting major technical levels. Now, when I turned, on my screen today, I had no urge to buy the banks. I saw the banks down big. I was telling you guys in the room, ignore them, ignore them, ignore them. And right at the end of the day, when we hit day lows, I'm like, hey guys, maybe it's time to buy them because there was some technical reasoning behind it. Citigroup right now up, showing up 9 cents after hours, which is absolutely nothing. And JP Morgan showing up 22 cents after hours currently, which isn't much either. I'm hoping we get a little gap up here in the banks tomorrow, a little more than that actually, and looking for a quick sell as a plethora of these banks really came down into major support levels. So while a lot of people are looking at these banks saying, oh my God, it's time to be scared, I view it as a good risk reward. I could be wrong. Analysts could come out tomorrow and say, JP Morgan, I'm putting a $50 target on this because what happened in Italy is just that horrible for the bank. Granted, it's a global bank. I disagree with that completely. I think this is a buying opportunity. Literally last Tuesday, this stock was $114.29. So it went to 104.96, so it dropped about 10 points from a week ago. And keep in mind, there was no trading Monday. So 4 trading days before today, this JP Morgan was 10 points higher. Does that mean anything? No, but then again, I think it could justify a potential one-day up move. I'm not saying I'm long-term bullish at these levels. I'm not saying I'm long-term swinging, but I did take JP Morgan and Citigroup as overnight longs for the quick trade. That's how I am handling these banks. So we have some earnings analysis for you. And again, for those who watched the prior Newsbeat show, I was talking about taking XRT. So I actually opened up XRT today. I opened up a strangle, which basically means I bought calls and bought puts in English. If XRT has a big up move, if XRT has a big down move, I will capitalize handsomely on this trade. And I waited till today to do it. I told you guys yesterday I was planning on doing it, and I did it today. The reason is we have a lot of names reporting. So right now it's not doing anything after hours. It actually didn't even trade a share after hours. This thing doesn't tend to trade after hours at all. But we have all these retail names reporting. How about Dick's Sporting Goods reporting tomorrow? How about Designer Shoe Warehouse reporting tomorrow morning as well? How about Michael Kors? How about Movado reporting tomorrow morning? So you have, again, a number of these names reporting after hours tomorrow. Guess who's reporting? It's GES. That's the most important one, believe it or not. Most people are like, really? Guess? Like GES? Do people are surprised that this name is even exists. I mean, the last time you probably saw Guess was that dude who was pretending to be cool in high school wearing a pair of Guess jeans that their parents spent, 40, 50, 60 bucks on. You're like, oh, really? Oh, wow, there's a question mark on his butt. I wonder where he got his jeans. Let me take a lucky guess. He overpaid for them. That's my guess, and you would be correct. Nonetheless, Guess had an explosive move last earnings. You could see it back here in March, where it went from a low of 14.93 to a high the next day of $20.21 on earnings. And Guess, believe it or not, is the heaviest weighted name in XRT. So it's like a 1.9 something percent holding, about 2%. It could have a major impact on the ETF as well as other names as well. So a lot of these retail names reporting, I'm pretty excited. CRM reported. Let's go over that. Let's talk about the levels you need to keep an eye on tomorrow on CRM. So let's talk about the earnings. On paper, the earnings looked phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Okay. They reported 74 cents earnings per share versus 46 cents earnings per share. Oh my goodness, did those analysts get it wrong? The stock you could see right now gapping up after hours. It's at 132.72, gapped up approximately 6 points, and was up a little more afterwards. Um, Revenue came in at 3.01 billion versus the 2.94 billion expected. Adjusted full fiscal year 19 earnings per share view has been raised a few cents as well. So they're basically coming out, raising across the board, raising their earnings, raising their estimates across the board, saying they're thrilled with their continued momentum, saying they're well on the way to surpassing $20 billion in annual revenue. And Salesforce is definitely interesting here today. So you see this trend line over here. You see this trend line here. I'm going to just delete some of them just so you could see the one I have drawn so you don't get confused. We have, I'm going to show you how the algorithms are just always affecting things. So you see this trend line over here that I have drawn? Looks pretty innocent, right? This little trend line here, which connects April 26th low to May 3rd, and it draws this line over here. You see that? This is that line translated on the 5-minute. Look at that. This is a 5-minute chart of CRM after hours. It hits my major algorithmic resistance level and falls. Coincidentally, exactly where that line is. So it literally shot up to this line right over here, shot up to it, and then fell down after hours. If you guys want to know why I'm buying JP Morgan, why based on this algorithmic trend line, you want to know why I bought Citigroup right off this algorithmic trend line, if you want to know why I went ahead and I bought United Continental Airlines at the day low and how I predicted what it needed to do before when ahead of time when it was at $70 and a quarter, and I said it has to break under 70 for a buy, and UAL fell down right over here this morning to 69.92, broke 70, and exploded up on elevated volume out of nowhere. If you want to know how I predict these things, there is a trend line course. The trend line course is going to be better than ever because drawing lines with TC2000 and free stock charts is easier than ever. Granted, you could use any charting system that allows you to draw a trend line. And I'm going to show you that these algorithms still respect the Melnick methodology of algorithmic analysis. I mean, there's nowhere else in the world in which this, anybody will teach you how to take advantage of black boxes. Robotic trading accounts, depending on who you ask, between 90 and 97% of the volume you see every day. Your stock is moving up and down based on a robot buying and based on not a robot, robots, based on robots buying and based on robots selling. Really, an intraday trader is almost like you're in the Matrix. You're almost like Neo in the Matrix, and you're jumping in, trying to take advantage of a certain wave, and then jumping out when you're done riding that wave. That is basically what we are doing here as traders. It's the first of its kind, it's the only course of its kind, and there's a phenomenal deal. If you're interested in it, you could go ahead and there's a link in the description. I'm going to teach you how we nail all these laws. So, give a man a fish is a little bit of what we did here today with calling all our live intraday calls, which, a lot of you guys did well in. Teaching a man to fish, that would be the trend line class. A lot of you guys asked me other stocks here today, and I was accurately pinpointing bottoms and tops for you. And a lot of you guys liked it, and you said, wow, this is really cool. There's a link in the description. We just got it up here today. It's, the most popular class here taught at T3. So there's a reason for that. Definitely take advantage of it. It's a new class. It was just offered this year for the first time. I believe it was offered in March or February. I think it was offered in March for the first time, dare I say, or February, one of those 2 months. So it's a new class. It's not teaching you stuff that worked 10 years ago or 20 years ago. You could use that knowledge of the class and be phenomenally consistent today. And that's what we do on a day in and day out basis here in the Newsbeat Live Room. Definitely take advantage of that. Now, I'm going to share with you my game plan in Forex. So very simply, I was watching Momo today. Momo had momentum as the stock missed all-time highs at 46.69. Let's go take a look at the daily chart. Beautiful explosive gap up here today on earnings for Momo. Stock hit 45.42. Stock is showing down 17 cents after hours. I'm not really concerned about that. I'm looking for a breakout and follow through from today's high tomorrow, $45.42 on this explosive move in MO. And of course, now we go to our Forex trades. Some crazy stuff happening. Some crazy stuff happening, especially in like the Euro US dollar and things like that. Right here's a live screenshot of my Forex orders right off my software. You get the type of orders. These are buys. Size, these are in US standard lots. Doesn't really matter what your size is. Here's the symbol I'm trading. Here's the price in which I am bidding at, up to the 5 decimal place out, exactly to the micro penny, if you will, even though it's measured in pips. If you want to follow my bids, here's if I get filled and I'm wrong, I'll get stopped out over here. Here's if I get filled and I'm right, I'll take profit over here. So generally, you'll see my take profit levels tend to be higher than my stop loss levels. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, um, definitely embrace the action. Definitely embrace the action. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal trading this week. I have a feeling that we might have a very big idea. I don't know. I just feel it in my bones with everything happening. We have overnight trades. We have consistency on the intraday. Let's just keep making money the same way we were. For now, we're going to go into our full stock analysis. That is for Newsbeat Live members only. It's your stocks, my levels and thoughts, where I would personally look to buy and sell any stock you're trading. And again, of course, that is for Newsbeat Live members only. I hope you guys enjoyed the Newsbeat show. We're the fastest growing trading room in the nation. Happy trading, make money. And we'll see you guys next time on the Newsbeat Live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful wonderful evening.